So, hey, Storm Freaks, it's Phil, and it is back to school time. For anybody that has kids going to college, is a kid going to school, whatever it is definitely back to school time. And it is back to school time here with the Freaks. So we've got a couple of weather phenoms with us tonight. We've got Alina Cooper and Alvin Kamau. We're going to be educated on their storm chasing and broadcasting tips, all here on episode 217 of Stormfront Freaks Live.
Going green. Greenwich. Saddle them up.
You got it, boss.
All right, so hey, welcome to the most entertaining weather show. This is the award-winning Stormfront Freaks Live, and it's brought to you by our friends at windstormproducts.com. Are you concerned about your coastal property's resilience? I mean, we've got, what's the latest? We've got something coming into the Caribbean that's got like a 40% chance in the next 7 days.
Yeah.
It's almost too late to start preparing, but you should still prepare. Look no further than Windstorm Products. They've got specialized exterior solutions to help fortify your homes and businesses against the elements. You can visit windstormproducts.com and fortify your space today. And when you go there, tell Jim that the Freak sent you. Jim's a good friend of ours. But thanks to all of our Patreon teammates. They're all scrolling across the bottom of the screen right now. Without their support, we wouldn't be able to do all the things we do and all the fun things we do, all kinds of cool drawings that we do with these guys, and gives us a chance also to go to things like the National Storm Chaser Summit and provide some cool swag. And but anyway, you can join our team as well, be a part of our team, and get access to view special messages in our exclusive Facebook group. We've also got over 50 of our past guests in there as well, and Alina and Alvin, you guys are going to get an invite to join us there now too as guests. But we've got tiers that include exclusive merchandise, but you can help support our show and join the team for as little as $5 a month. You can find out how at stormfrontfreaks.com. Plus, I want to welcome everybody that's joining us in the YouTube chat. I know Carly and Mama G there are moderating. We got Mario, Laura, Lucy, Levi.
Yeah, there's
Katarina.
a lot of there.
We've got a lot of conversation going on right now.
Dreambird.
Awesome.
I'm definitely trying to multitask.
Only the 707. Hey, Adeline's on there, gang. So we got Adeline watching. Anyway, you if you got any questions for our guests, go ahead and ask in the chat. We might use it and bring it up tonight. But don't forget to punch that like and subscribe button. That really helps us out. Helps you get updated when we provide new content. Also, I have heard from the grapevine folks, from a little cat named Stormcat5, that we might have a Discord server starting up. So we'll have more information on that. But I just want to let folks know Brady and I were talking about how to, mix our Patreon team and our YouTube team and provide some of the same benefits and get everybody involved in the drawings that we do. We gave away some cool Twister stuff last episode. So anyway, there's some cool stuff for our Patreon team and our YouTube members that are going to be coming up. So stay tuned on that. Some cool things. All right, folks, if you're new to the show, it's always happy hour when we record. We like to have a good time. I think we're probably keeping it PG happy hour this evening. I've got my Mountain Dew as usual, and it's just Mountain Dew.
I love it.
But it's also a great way for us to introduce the co-hosts that are with us tonight and let us put a voice to that name. So I'm going to start with Dina Knightley, our meteorologist and weather producer at weather.com. Dina, what are you drinking?
I'm being good. I'm just drinking some water. Keep it clean. Got kids.
That's good. Well, and it's hot
adults.
too. It is hot right now. I know it's hot all over the country or most of the country. So that's a pretty good thing. Jen, what are you drinking tonight? We won't scold you for being nice tonight.
Thank you. I'm drinking some delicious ice cold water in my Weather Geek glass. Yeah.
I love how you say delicious ice cold water.
It's wonderful. It's a school night, but you know what I had right before this though? It's the banana pudding shake from Chick-fil-A, and it was delicious.
Oh, is it good? I heard they're good.
Yes, it's really, really good. I ate the whole thing, or
All right.
sipped it, whatever. Yeah, it was good.
Was it like the extra large big gulp size?
No, but
Yeah,
it
I
was
didn't think
like just
so.
enough that I'm on a sugar high right now. So
Cool.
like I don't need coffee. I
Goes
just
good
need
with
water.
your yellow too. And we got MJ joining us as well and running the show. MJ, what do you drink? I know you had some weather up there in Minnesota, but what are you drinking?
We did, and I probably need something more than this, but that's okay because it's a good caffeinated Coca-Cola Classic,
Ooh.
fully
Nice.
leaded. So
Nice.
I don't
I
think they
like
call it Coca-Cola Classic anymore. Do
no,
they?
they don't anymore, but it's still the same. It's still a classic.
Showing your age on that one, but all right. So
And my
let's
gray hair.
let's get to our guest tonight. We've got a couple just superstars that we're looking forward to chatting with. First, we have Alina Cooper. Alina's 16 years old. She's already been storm chasing for 2 years.
Woo!
She's in 11th grade. She recently attended the 2024 National Storm Chaser Summit and fittingly recorded some amazing lightning crawlers if you check out her Twitter account. But she was at the event. She was knighted by friend of the show, Reed Timmer, as a true storm chaser. So she got the approval that she needed at that event. And then we also have Alvin Kamau. Alvin just started 10th grade
Yeah.
and has been
Nice.
interested in weather ever since the age of 6. But now
I love that.
15, Alvin has been broadcasting weather forecasts on social media for 4 years, and he loves being able to report on severe weather right outside his home and does a great job. I mean, he is already professional when he reports this stuff. But I'm going to start, Alvin, with you on that. When did you actually start the actual broadcast? Obviously, you've been interested in weather since 6. When did you decide, hey, there might be something for me to do some social media broadcasts of the weather?
Yeah, it was all like as soon as COVID hit, or just right after it, especially once I finished 5th grade. I was about to transition to 6th grade. And I was really good at just watching broadcast meteorologists on TV delivering the weather forecast. And I'd watch them. And I'd watched them so much, watched all their tornado coverage videos, watched all their severe weather coverage videos. And that's when I started falling in love with weather even more. I even noted that anytime there was severe weather, they would go on their Facebook page or maybe their Twitter page to give people updates on that. And so that's when I was like, oh, social media does exist still during COVID, and there's a lot of people there. And while I didn't start my account until like around 2021, it was kind of my mom that really started me off. It was literally just in my living room, where just one day the weather was actually just pretty serious with the dangerous heat that we're dealing with across the country right now. And what I did was I was talking to myself, just took the TV remote, muted the TV, and just started talking to random people. I don't know. I can call them ghosts or something like that. And my mom just comes to me and was like, why are you talking to yourself? Let me record you instead. So she records me, and then she puts it on her social media platform, which I actually started posting on there well before I actually made my own Twitter account. And that one video, we just tagged like a couple of local meteorologists here in the St. Louis area, and it ended up going viral. Like so many people,
Wow.
so many people just started seeing all the comments or all the videos that I started making throughout the week, since there was literally nothing to do. It was kind of like during the time where schools didn't even use like Zoom calls yet. They were kind of transitioning from regular Zoom calls to Google Meet. So everything was really challenging at the moment. So that's when my interest in weather really sparked, and especially what all the meteorologists told me and all the advice that they gave me. That's really what got me into what I'm doing today. And then a year later, I decided maybe I should stop using my mom's account and make my own account. And that's how it all started.
Well, I tell you
Wow.
what, you can tell this guy's a professional because as he's talking, he's looking at his camera. as
Yes.
opposed to the tendency to want to look down at your monitor or over at your monitor.
Oh,
or
I do it
up
all the
or-
time.
And
Yeah.
so true professional. But I'm going to jump over quick before I hand it off to Elena. Elena, so Alvin's talking about how his mom kind of helped him get started, and I know your mom's helped you get started with a lot of things. Maybe tell us how she helped you, and where were the areas that in storm chasing you were looking for a little support.
Yeah, so my mom has helped me so much. She's always supported me throughout my videos. And when I wanted to get started, I had started a long time ago, like in the middle of Hurricane Ian. And she would walk outside with me to make sure I didn't get hurt with like flying debris or anything like that. So she would also record me, just a lot of little things. And then she also took the time out of her busy schedule to take me to the Storm Chaser Summit. So I got to meet a whole bunch of really amazing storm chasers, and that was so cool.
I love
Wow.
that.
I love
think that's
it.
awesome.
Alina
Both of
and
you.
Alvin, I'm
Oh.
going to take the same question, but Alina first, ladies first. What's your favorite type of weather, Alina? And then Alvin, what's your favorite type of weather?
I'm going to have to say hurricanes just because I live in Florida, so I'm a little
You live in
biased.
Florida?
But I love hurricanes.
Okay.
I'm severe weather. I really like severe weather. Sometimes it doesn't go as planned, where especially a lot during the year, we say that there's going to be severe weather and then it really just doesn't end up being as forecasted. But instead of us going in that kind of way, I actually wait until a tornado watch is issued or a severe thunderstorm watch is issued. I kind of like waiting until like the last minute where I'm actually seeing storms developing on the radar before I say something that I'm not supposed to say. Yeah, so I
Smart
mean,
kid.
severe weather is like my favorite. Winter weather, I can't ignore that because we're heading into that pretty soon after fall. But I honestly pretty like severe weather a lot of the time, especially although I don't want to be harmed by it, of course. I want to make sure that I'm out there reporting the weather ahead of the storm before it gets there. But of course, I really like severe weather, and hopefully, I'll be able to see a tornado in real life soon.
Yes.
That's
Oh,
my
I bet you will. I just have to
yeah.
tell you both, you are so inspiring. There are so many people on the chat right now that love you. I know you
Mhm.
may not be able to be watching it right now, but people are giving you so many shout outs. I love the shirts. Never stop chasing,
Yep.
Elena. And Alvin, I see yours. Is that a particular tornado? Which one is that?
Yeah, this is like the classic Oklahoma supercell.
Yeah.
So got
You
the
got a
hail
hook
core.
echo and
I
everything.
love
Yeah,
it.
Yeah.
yeah.
That is so awesome. So I would love to know, who is your favorite broadcast meteorologist? So Alvin, I know you're in St. Louis. Elena, where are you in again? Where do you live?
Lakeland, Florida. Kind of in
Okay.
between Tampa and Orlando.
Okay, yeah. So I would love to
Just say
know who is.
Jen.
Oh no. Other than me. And you guys, I just have to say, we are getting a severe thunderstorm right now. So if you hear loud claps of thunder, that's exactly what it is. Like we got all the outflow boundaries and everything. It's kind of exciting. But no, Elena, I'll start with you first. Who's your favorite broadcast meteorologist, or if you have a couple that have like really inspired you, and then Alvin will go to you. So Elena.
One of my main like influences for a while has been our local meteorologist, Dennis Phillips at ABC News. He's
Nice.
always reporting on the hurricanes, and I just love watching when there's severe weather. One time there was a tornado right down the road, EF2, and he was live talking about it, and it just made me feel safe. So I really look up to him.
I love that. And Alvin, what about you? And I heard someone said, is that a Ryan Hall Supercell shirt? Is that it?
Oh, I actually got this from the weather store. Yeah.
Nice.
So
I love
shout
it.
out to them.
Yeah,
I even got
absolutely.
this hat from them as well.
Oh,
That's a
look
good
at
place.
Nice.
Yeah, you can get your
Oh, I
Stormfront
couldn't
Freak
see it
Scare
until
there
you
too.
put your head down. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Okay, so who's your favorite broadcast meteorologist, or a couple of them that have inspired you?
I mean, let me start local with St. Louis because I want to give a shout out to Steve Templeton from KMOV right
Oh,
here in
he's
the St.
great.
Louis area.
Yeah.
He's a lifesaver. Like anytime there's a tornado warning at the middle of the night, my NOAA weather radio goes off like a couple rooms from me, and the first thing I do is turn on the TV, and the first face that I see is him, and
Mhm.
he's just there 24/7. Like he loves his job like so much. Like even if it's 2 a.m. in the morning, 3 a.m. in the morning, he's there, and he's just in the mission to save as many lives as possible. He does a really good job.
Oh, I love that. That's wonderful. And then I have a quick follow-up question, which actually came from, let's see if I can find it in the chat. Someone asked, what colleges are you thinking of attending and going to? So,
Yeah.
Alvin, we'll
That's
start
a
with
big
you.
deal.
I know it is a big
Yeah.
deal.
So I'm really interested in OU, Oklahoma University,
There we go.
Yeah.
because that Oklahoma's kind of based on this shirt right here. That's where you're like you can still get
That's
these
cream
kinds
of the
of
crop.
supercells. Exactly. So like you can still get these exact same supercell type storms here in Missouri and Illinois, but it's like
Yeah.
Kansas, Oklahoma, sometimes Missouri and Illinois, but like on rare instances. This is kind of the place where I want to go to because it was kind of also based on the Twisters movie as well.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the main reason why I want to go there is because my goal is to save as many lives as possible, no matter what time it is. And that's also kind of where the weather's more active.
I love that,
Good
Alvin, so
job.
much.
Good job.
Elena, you're in like, Hurricane Alley, basically. It's not really an alley, but you're
Yes.
right in the bullseye.
Right. Since I was little, I've always been interested in going to FSU because my dad went to Florida State, and
Yeah.
every year we just get so excited during football season. And I've been to the campus a few times, so I'm definitely working to try and get there.
Oh, I love
And
that.
do
You
you
can
both
do
want to
it.
go for meteorology, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know Alvin said that, but is that what you want to major in?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Then
I-
you just gotta keep up on the math.
Right.
Just get through it.
Now,
I've
do you
heard
want
it's a
to
lot.
do you want to do broadcast, Alvin? I feel like you want to do broadcast. Elena, you want to do
Yeah.
broadcast too?
Yeah, same
Uh,
thing. Like behind the green screen kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm thinking more like data analysis or in Storm
I
Chaser
can
and
totally
field
see
type
that
deal.
with you guys. I totally see Alvin up there at the green screen, and I totally see Alina like crunching numbers and doing data. And like if you guys end up like, especially Alina, if you are really good with math, maybe you can come up with a good weather model one day that changes the world. You never
Maybe.
know.
Yes. Oh, I can see you just, going out there and being Helen Hunt and just like placing
Yeah.
sensors and doing the
Getting
things.
data,
Yeah.
getting the sensors.
Yeah.
I do have another question. Like, okay, so am I saying it right, Alina or Elena?
Alina.
Alina.
Yes.
Alina. Okay, so you've already been chasing. You're 16. Who's driving?
Usually my mom. We've only gone chasing 2 times really, but
Okay.
a lot of times I just chase from my backyard because in Florida we get thunderstorms all the time,
Yeah.
so it's pretty easy to
You
just chase in the
I
backyard.
just love too that your moms are so like into what you want to do, because like we were talking before the show. My kids are like a year older than Alina, 2 years older than Alvin. We're all looking at colleges and all that stuff, and it's so great to have moms like so into what you want to do, because it makes a huge difference in your life to be having somebody back you up and being there for you. So it's shout out to your moms.
Yes.
So, Alvin, I saw a video where you were highlighted. I think you even mentioned it a little bit, but you were highlighted on a local TV station. Is that correct? So, what
Yeah.
I guess, what was that experience like?
Yeah, that was
and
kind
when you got asked for that.
Yeah, that was like around COVID, like 4 years ago. Just around I believe August 2020 when I was transitioning to middle school, and of course everything was virtual because of COVID. And that was actually like one of the big surprises that we got. Like, now I'm going over to another TV station, a local meteorologist. His name's Anthony Slaughter, and
Nice.
he is the one that DM'd my mom. This was before I even had a Twitter account, and asked if I could be a part of an interview that he had for the Today Show, and it was actually pretty early in the morning. So in order for me to see myself on TV, I had to wake up like at 4 a.m. in the morning, 5 a.m. in the morning, because it's like a pretty early morning show,
Yeah.
and it was
Welcome to the
before-
life.
I know.
Yeah.
Right, Dina? Right, Jen?
Yeah.
You will never
Oh,
have a good
gosh.
schedule. I'll just tell you that. ever.
No, yeah.
So yeah, it was pretty amazing. And he asked me so many questions about like the weather forecasting models I use, like who I exactly I want to be when I grow up, and if it's like a storm chaser or maybe a National Weather Service worker or just like a broadcast meteorologist in general. So he's kind of asked me all these questions, and I know he probably is watching it right now. I'm not sure, but in general, he asked me so many questions that I'm still thinking about today, and he even is the one that recommended me one of a weather website that I can use for weather data that if I did not have today, probably making my weather videos would be a whole lot harder.
So I love that. I have to ask you both, what do your friends and students at school think about your passion for weather? Is there a storm chasing weather geek club? What is it like for both of you? And I'll let Alina go first.
Okay. So I go to a virtual school, so I don't really talk to kids as much.
Yeah.
But my teachers I do talk to a lot, and every time I tell them I'm a storm chaser or I'm interested in weather, they're always like, "Oh, you have to tell me about this hurricane or when it's going to be stormy or whatever's happening." So they definitely think it's really cool.
That's awesome. Alvin, what about you?
Yeah, for me, unfortunately, my school doesn't have any clubs and stuff like that.
Okay.
And when I was transitioning from elementary to middle school, that was kind of the time period where I think a lot of teachers were actually watching my interview.
Yeah.
So, like the first day I entered one of my classes, one teacher was like, "Oh, Alvin, do you know you were on TV?" And immediately, like everyone's camera was on, and I just turned off my camera and ignored what the teacher was saying because I was like, "Oh, I don't know what you're talking about." And then when I went in person, like my principal knew, and all these other people, and they were like, "I watch your social media videos." And just a few days ago, my biology teacher in 10th grade just actually realized that I had a social media account. I don't know, maybe another teacher showed her, but she was just talking about it, and she was just like, "I don't need those local meteorologists," because now she's found me. Now there's so many other weather enthusiasts out there, and
Yeah.
the list
Alvin,
just keeps
you
growing.
can start it. You're the president. You're in high school. You could start this whole club and be the president, and that will show initiative when you go to college and apply
Yeah.
for college. I'm telling you, we're going through all this in my house right now. So
Tina
you know,
knows.
Hey, I do
Yeah,
want to
seriously.
I do want to quick thank Dave B gifted a Stormfront Freaks membership on
Dave,
YouTube.
thanks.
Woohoo.
So thanks, Dave B. Crystal Cooper, I wonder who that might be. Said, so proud of you, Alina. She donated
Aw.
$2 to support the show. Thank you, Crystal.
Thank
And
you.
Ethan Gamer, $1.99 helped support the show as well. So Ethan Gamer, thank you for that.
Thanks.
So, Elena, I want to jump to you. So I know you attended the National Storm Chaser Summit this past year. It seems like you had a pretty good time, but I guess tell me what were your highlights of that?
My main highlight was definitely the derecho that we had on the, I think this first night, February 2nd. And I was just outside recording the wind and just having a blast. It was like a mini hurricane, but in Texas and with lightning. So I also got really cool lightning photos, and I was just outside recording, trying to get a shot, and with all my storm chasing friends next to me. It was just so cool.
What else? What else did you, I guess, pull out of that event that you came home with that you were excited about?
I was mainly excited to just kick off my storm chasing career. Just being there made me realize that this is definitely what I want to do in the future, that there's no other option. You just have to never stop chasing.
Mhm. Who does that sound like? I don't know.
I know. Oh my gosh, I love it.
Love
I
it.
have. Oh, go ahead, Dina.
No, I'm done. Go.
So I have to ask you both, since you are, kind of weather geeks and experts, in a way, what is your go-to site for weather or app when it comes to forecasting? Alvin, I'll start with you, and then we'll go to you, Alina.
Weather
So
Channel.
I think one of my best websites that I use, I can first start with how I forecast what the temperatures are going to be. I
Yeah.
use Pivotal Weather. That's kind of a really popular website.
It's a good one.
And you can just look at so many different forecast models. Generally, the European model is a good one, but I'm also really into the HRRR model because especially
Yeah.
a couple of years ago, I was really leaning on the HRRR model, and then I actually started figuring out what the other forecast models can do and
Yeah.
which one is a big benefit, especially during the winter. And when it comes to forecasting severe weather, even winter weather in general, I'll probably try it out this winter. The College of DuPage, that also is another nice website that I like
Yeah.
using. Sometimes I always have to look at exactly what's happening, especially like when we're dealing with severe weather. Sometimes the HRRR model goes a little bit overboard and over exaggerates what's happening. So
Mhm.
sometimes I have to look at that because when I'm doing my weather forecast, I look at the HRRR model and I was like, I said all this was going to happen. And then when I look at radar, it's like a whole different story. So I kind of learn my lesson every single time I do my weather videos to look at exactly what's happening before I start telling people something else. But in
Alvin, you're
general,
on it
yeah,
already.
Yeah.
You are
yeah,
on it already. Good job.
I love
yeah.
it, Alvin. What about you, Alina?
My go-to is definitely probably tropical tidbits. I use that a lot because in Florida we get a lot of hurricanes, so
Yeah.
I don't usually track all of the tornado events because they're not affecting me directly. I usually just look at Reed Timmer's Twitter or whatever, and but tropical tidbits is good for me to look and see where the hurricane is going, and some models show a little more extreme than others, but it's all good.
Yeah. What hurricanes or tropical systems have you been through that have been like really impactful and like severe where you are?
The most severe was definitely Hurricane Irma back in 2017, I believe. That one
Yeah.
went, we got the eye of the storm then, and that was the
Ugh.
last time I got the eye from a hurricane. It was super windy, the walls were shaking, the wind was whistling through the windows, and I was like 7 years old, so I was scared, but also really interested in it at the same time. And I've also been through Hurricane Ian in 2022, and
Wow, you've
then
got the big ones. You really
Yeah,
hit the big
she's
ones.
I usually get the outer bands. The last time I got impacted directly was Hurricane Irma, but with Ian and Idalia and then Debbie from this year, I got the outer bands of some of those. So that was cool.
I feel like you've done more hurricane like chasing or been in it than I have. Like,
Yeah,
I've
you
chased
have.
tornadoes.
You
Well,
have.
she is
I
in
know.
Florida.
I
So
know.
Right.
That's
This is
going to help
true.
her
We're
a
gonna
little
give her
bit.
her kudos. She deserves it.
Yeah.
That's good. So, hey,
Absolutely.
before we go to break, quick shout out to Mary McCoy, who supported us with
Woo.
$5. Schwama
Oh,
Schreifels? What do you guys think?
that's good.
Schwama?
I'm just
Schreifels?
gonna
Soma.
stick with what you
Okay,
got a nice ring to
$2
it.
from Schwama. So thank you for that, for the support, and then also a $5 super sticker from Katerina Killian. So,
Ah,
Katerina, thank you,
that's a great name too.
thank you for that. So, tell you what, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with our back to school special.
The Stormfront Freaks is now available on the Weather Store. Come shop our catalog of shirts, hats, and hoodies, all with our Stormfront Freaks logo and Outbreak logo. Plus, you'll find all your other favorite weather geek and storm chasing gear, footwear, and accessories. Visit the Weather Store at thewxstore.com, the exclusive supplier of the Stormfront Freaks.
Hi, Stormfront Freaks podcast listeners. Did the release of Twisters get you pumped for getting out and seeing some storms, but you're just not sure how to get started? You can kick off your adventure with Girls Who Chase on March 1st, 2025 at the Storm Chasing 101 training event we call Spring Training. And if you register by October 31st, 2024, you'll get an extra discount. The annual Spring Training event, and yes, the pun is intended, provides accessible, entry-level, and foundational information and training material for storm chasers at all levels. Spring trainees will range from those who want to begin their chase education or brush up on the basics to more advanced chasers who want to learn more about in-depth specialized topics. Just like in baseball, we gather every spring to shake off the rust, refresh our skills, and get ready to hit a home run. Spring training is provided in partnership with the leading meteorology education organization, ComEt's MedEd program. This allows for the program to always be held virtually and remain affordable. Girls Who Chase is a global community, and we believe strongly in making science and learning accessible to everyone without the constraints of travel or financial hardship. And if you can't make it on March 1st, don't worry. All presentations will be recorded and made permanently available to registrants. For information on the topics, speakers, and schedule as they become available, visit our website, girlswhochase.com/spring training. That's girlswhochase.com/spring training for more information. We hope to see you there.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
All right. Welcome back. So we're here with Alina and Alvin, and I really want to ask you guys. So one of the things I'm constantly racking my brain, is trying to figure out what more can we do for the Stormfront Freaks. What new things can we bring on board? What new technology do we need to embrace? Pulling all that in, and you guys are content creators as well. So, Elena, I'm going to start with you. What in the next year or the next storm season? What do you want to do that's new? What different? Like, I need to add this. I got to do something different here. What is that for you? What are you trying to get better at?
I'm mainly trying to get better at video editing because I've been editing for a long time, but editing YouTube videos, it does take a long time, and I try to make sure that I do it right and that it looks good at the end, and sometimes it doesn't, and it's really discouraging sometimes when you don't, blow up after your first 2 videos that you worked really hard to edit, but you just got to keep going at it. And recently I've tried to just remind myself that it's not going to happen the first few videos. You just got to keep going, and then you'll get there one day.
So what are you using to edit your videos with?
Right now, I just use a pretty simple editing app called CapCut. It's really good it's got a lot of effects. You can put text on your videos and, cut them together. So that's really useful.
Like your TikTok editor, right? That's
yes.
Yeah, and that's your generation, right? The good old TikTok generation. That's
It's
amazing.
Can't do it.
It's amazing how simple they try to make that to edit videos, but Dina's absolutely right. Like, I can't do it on my phone. Number one, I can't see, but number two, I need a big screen, and for some reason I got to make it overly complicated and do all that crap. But Alvin, so now you're doing broadcasts. What are you wanting to get better at or add to your repertoire to improve your content?
I would say one thing I would want to get better at is the same thing like Alina said. I'm not really a YouTube person as much. I really post content, especially on X. That's where I'm posting all my weekend weather videos and weekday weather videos for what you can expect over the next couple of days. But generally, I would hope that I can make some bigger upgrades to my YouTube channel. That's why, even though I do upload YouTube videos, not normal. I used to share them on social media, my social media platforms, Twitter. I also use Instagram as well, constantly to post outdoor weather reports. So I'm kind of like a phone guy that likes to make weather videos depending on what's going on out there, and then post the weather video on social media. For YouTube, I would really hope that I do get a green screen though, because I think that is really gonna improve my weather videos in general, and I can share that over on X and social media. But for right now, or at least for the next couple of weeks or months, it's just gonna be me doing outdoor weather reports. But if I can get a green screen in the future, that's definitely gonna help me a lot with editing, and of course helping people understand what they can expect over the next couple of days a lot more better. and that they can understand it without having to stress over what maybe they didn't like. Maybe what a meteorologist said, for example, is probably something that made them scared. Probably I can be a little bit more transparent with them, let the anxiety calm down a little bit, go down a little bit, and hopefully as I edit more videos, or especially even CapCut, I've used that before, but not necessarily on my YouTube videos. Um, More editing is kind of going to lead to even more content in the future, is
So
what
I
I can
know
say.
you've done a lot of stuff from your looks like from your backyard or right
Yeah.
outside the house. And MJ knows he might have stepped out here for a second, but growing up in Minnesota, we had a meteorologist, Paul Douglas, on Care 11 TV in
Yep.
Minneapolis, and it was like, didn't he start the whole backyard?
He did. He started the backyard. Yep.
So
Forecasting and broadcasting out of the backyard. Yep.
yeah,
The
so at the studio, they basically were outside. So he would be outside doing the weather, but he must have had some kind of green screen, or it was probably a TV at some initially when he did it. That's how old we are. But so if you're getting a green screen, that's kind of my setup question is, are you still going to set up your green screen outside and do your reports, or now are you going inside?
Great question.
I think it's definitely gonna be best that I just keep it in the basement, because that's where I am right now, and I know my parents are watching me upstairs. So probably get a little bit more space in the basement, and that's probably where I'm gonna put a green screen. Probably not outside, because let's just say maybe I'm doing tornado coverage. I probably want to be in the basement. Probably need to get a generator though, because if the power were to go out, well then yeah, and definitely it's life-saving information that you're giving to people. So you definitely want to make sure that everything's working okay, so that in the future that somebody can watch you again because nothing went wrong. Maybe you saved their neighbor's life or something like that. So anytime I'm doing weather videos, I want to be as transparent as possible with people, make sure that they understand the main point. And I also sometimes stress, especially when the forecast is difficult for me, that it isn't a guarantee that someone's impacted by storms, because sometimes I make my weather videos and then I'm just like, maybe I was a little bit too harsh. Maybe I was like, I said this and it never hit their house, and then they're gonna tell me like, oh, no, this it never happened. But I try to be as transparent as possible with people, and the number one priority is to make sure that my video doesn't scare anyone, because there's some people on social media that scare people with all these other
Yes.
posts on social media.
Yeah.
And so, like, if I feel like my weather video is about to scare someone or it can do better than that, then I'm gonna just redo the video. I've done that a lot of times.
Alvin, I wish like there were so many more people like you that took that responsibility to heart, because there's so many that just use scare tactics to get views and shares, and they just scare like so many people.
Yeah.
So the responsibility you have already, Alvin, is incredible. So I think that's wonderful. And I do have to ask both of you, for your dream job, Alvin, do you want to stay in St. Louis, or do you want to like broadcast and forecast for a different city? And then same with you, Alina. But Alvin, we'll go to you first, quick.
Yeah, I'll definitely want to go down to Oklahoma, and I have a feeling that I'm going to be tempted to stay there just because the weather, this summer, the weather in St. Louis hasn't been as active as I thought it was going to be. And then
Yeah.
Oklahoma, it's been quiet for a little bit, but in general, one of these next summers, I believe it's going to get a whole lot more active. And that's kind of where my job's going to come into place, of saving people's lives, informing people more. And so even when the weather is like completely quiet, like we have 2 days of 80-degree temperatures on Sunday or Saturday and Sunday, I still make a weather video to tell people that simple thing, like Sunday is going to be 80 degrees, Monday is going to be 81 degrees. But in general, I think that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Alina, where do you want to go? In Florida, or do you want to venture, I don't know, around the Gulf Coast or up
National Hurricane Center,
Yeah.
maybe.
That would be cool. I'm thinking try and stay in Florida, but maybe up near the Panhandle, just so I have an easy access to both the hurricanes and the tornadoes, because there's Dixie Alley there, and then Tornado Alley, but also hurricanes that are along the Gulf Coast. So I mean, I think Tallahassee is probably a good spot to stay, especially for my first few years of going to college there. I think that'll be a good
Yeah.
idea, just to stay near family as well.
I love
There's
that so
one
much.
thing with both of you guys. I want you to do something for me. When you get a chance and there's something good, I want you to go outside and do a video and tag me with it. If you tag me with it and give me permission, you have to do a hashtag yes. For some reason, it's a legal thing. And we'll try to get it on the Weather Channel app. Okay. Like I can't promise because I'm not the boss, but I got a little pull.
She's pretty close. Like she's right. She's right there.
That could be really annoying. I could be really annoying. But
And
since
yeah,
I
and
do one outside, yeah, Phil knows I'm annoying.
You've got something on the boss is what I probably, right? I mean, you can always.
But like, but
it's kind of a big deal.
Outside,
big deal.
We do love stuff outside. So when we get people who are walking around doing stuff outside, tag me with it. I gave you my Lady Pilot 70, or I'll give you my email too. And then, I think it would be fun. We love that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So hey, special shout out to our friend and VIP Dan Wallace, $5 super sticker. So I know Dan's been watching. Normally he gets to join us. He's one of our VIP friends, and but he said he had a tough work day, so he's chilling back probably on the couch watching this on his big screen.
We love you, Dan.
Thanks to Crystal Cooper. Mom again supporting $5. So Crystal, thank you.
Mom.
Yes,
and Peter Matthew, $5 super sticker from Peter. So Peter, thank you as well. So that's before we jump to our lightning round. That's my question. Is I want to give you guys each an opportunity to give a little shout out to your moms and your dads and just maybe what say again. And we mentioned this earlier, but just say again what they've done to help you and support you in this endeavor. Alvin, I'll start with you. Give a little shout out.
Yeah, I know my mom and dad are watching this right now, and I think my dad's probably gonna be like, why I'm not mentioning him so much, because I know he's done a lot as well. But especially my mom, the one that started me off with this, the one that recorded me, the one that posted me on her Facebook page, and as well as her Twitter account as well, or X, whatever they call it nowadays. But she's really the one that started me up with everything and gave me a better understanding of what social media actually was, because I felt like I was just gonna have her keep recording me. Like every single time I was like, Mom, I'm ready for a weather video. It's been like 2 weeks. I haven't done a weather video. I need to do a weather video. So she records me with her phone and then posts it on my YouTube page that I don't post often on, but really recommend my Twitter page as well. But especially my mom, and then my dad has actually just been on the side recording stuff, recording hailstorms, or even like a couple of years ago where April 27, 2011, it's kind of like that big super outbreak that we had. There were actually several different ones. It was actually April 22nd, 2011, where there was actually a tornado that went through the St. Louis airport, the downtown airport.
Yeah.
And where we live, it actually got dangerously close to our house, like to the point where like the lights started flickering and all that. And we weren't really in the hail core. We just heard some funny noises. So we knew that something was wrong, and our power literally was off for like a couple of hours because of that. So that happened, and my dad is like one of the people that won't go downstairs when there's a tornado warning. I'm the one that's scared, and I'm the one that's always scared of thunderstorms. I used to. Now I'm completely different. Now I report the weather out there, of course, trying to keep myself safe. But he's been the one that goes out there, waits to see something, even though it is not a good idea and I don't recommend it. But he waits to see something. He waits to record something and tries to share it with me. But sometimes it's just best to stay in the basement, which now that he started doing that.
That's awesome. All right, Alina, give a little shout out.
Definitely shout out to my parents. They are really the kickstart to my whole career. When I was younger, around second grade, they really encouraged me to start reading books and find like an interest that I had. And so I started reading this book series called I Survived, which is it's a really awesome book series that tells stories of kids who survive natural disasters. And one of my favorite books was the Joplin tornado book. It was so interesting. I was just so captivated by it. And I just knew that, wow, this is so interesting. I'm definitely going to be doing this. But from like second grade up until maybe even seventh grade, I wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to teach meteorology. But recently, since last year in March, when my parents took me to go meet Reed Timmer in Tampa for the first time, that was incredible. And I was just so excited and like bouncing around and crying. It was just so awesome. And they just do so much for me. They always get me super cool weather gifts like this shirt right here. And they're taking me to the Storm Chaser Summit. It's just, they're really amazing parents to have. I'm so lucky to have them.
Reed makes me cry too, Alina. So we're in that
He
together.
makes us all cry a little bit.
Yeah.
Parents are the best. And you should see all the love for you both
I
in
know.
the comments.
I'm trying to keep
like,
up with it.
it's so incredible. And I want to give a quick shout out to Christine in Germany, where it's like almost 4:00 in the morning for her. Okay, so we have a quick question. These will be really fast. Alina, have you ever seen a water spout? And same to you, Alvin. And then were you both scared of weather before you started learning about weather and understanding it? So we'll go to you, Alina, first, and then we'll go to you, Alvin, quick.
I have not seen a water spout, unfortunately. I don't live near the coast. I live inland, so seeing a water spout is a little harder for me to see, but one day.
Yeah, and
You'll see one.
Yeah. And for me as well, I haven't seen a water spout as well. Because of course, Missouri and Illinois, you're more likely to see a tornado than a water spout. Even though I've been in other places other than St. Louis, Missouri, and Illinois, I haven't got to see a water spout yet.
And then Alvin, you, and then Alina. Alvin, were you scared of weather ever? And then the fascination just kind of, you started learning about it and you became more comfortable? Or have you always just loved it?
I've always loved weather. Well, even though I've always loved weather, it all started with me being scared of thunderstorms. Like, as soon as you see that lightning strike, because I've actually seen a lot of lightning strikes in the distance, that just, when I was younger, just threw myself into the covers, and literally I would find myself still in the covers in the morning and was like, what just happened? So it's been kind of crazy how it started when I was pretty scared of thunderstorms to now I want to be in front of a thunderstorm, and then I'm saying I want to go all the way down to Oklahoma. So it's all a process.
Yeah, I love that. Alina, what about you?
Definitely. Why did my brain just like completely poof?
Oh, no.
Were you scared?
Yeah,
Or
were you
I was
like,
scared. I was
yeah.
a little scared.
Yeah. I'm sure in Florida did you grow up in
Yes.
Florida?
I did, yes. I was born in Tallahassee actually, and then we moved down to Lakeland, Florida to be closer to family. So that might go back up there sometime in the fall, but
I bet the lightning, like you got all the lightning strikes. I remember I lived in Florida a little bit when I was younger, and that was intense. Like, yeah.
When I was younger,
go ahead, Alina. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to give Mads a shout out. Said, Alina, we're so proud of you.
That's
So
nice.
Mads helped support the show as well. So like Jen said, you guys are getting a ton of support. Go ahead and finish. I'm sorry for interrupting, Alina.
No, it's okay. Yeah, when I was little, I used to be afraid. You know, like I said, after reading the Joplin Tornado book, I was super interested. But then when I think it was in 5th grade, there was a tornado warning at my school, and I was terrified. I was like shaking. But a few weeks ago during Hurricane Debbie, I had a tornado warning, and I went outside to go see if there was an actual tornado. So it definitely changed quite a bit from then to now.
Yeah, I understand that.
There it is.
Hey, I just heard something, but hey, I think that's the sound. It is time for our lightning round. So this is our game show of flashy and brilliant questions that we always play with our guests. And tonight we're playing a game. I just came up with the name of this game like just minutes ago, which is why my brain also deviated a little bit there, Alina. But we're calling the game tonight XVZ.
Okay.
All right, XVZ. So we are pitting Generation X versus Generation Z, and so here's what I'm going to do. I've got some I got music questions. I don't know if anybody is a big music fan. We're gonna find out, I guess. But I am going to pit Alvin and Alina together, Generation Z versus Dina and Jen and MJ. I'm going to throw you in there as well with Jen. You might not be Gen X, but he's not.
I'm a millennial.
Okay, you're Gen X tonight.
Well, who
so
cares?
hey, as
I'm
far
an
as
elder
Alvin and
millennial.
Alina is concerned, you're Gen X. We're all boomers probably as far as they're concerned. But hey, so I'm pitting. So Jen and Dina, you guys are one side, and Alvin and Alina, you guys are the other side. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you musical questions, like pop music, popular music, about the other generation. So we're going to see how much you might know about the other generation. So here we go. I'm going to start with Alina and Alvin, and you guys can kind of, chit chat and decide who's going to give the final answer. Here's the question. They're all multiple choice.
Oh.
So these are in regards to Generation X music, songs, groups, singers. Kicking it off with 1980s Whip It that peaked at number 10 in the U.S. pop charts. What was the name of the group who could whip it into shape, whip it good? Would that be TiVo, Greco, En Vogue, or Devo?
Oh.
Any ideas?
Oh no.
No, this is hard for us. For me, I don't
TiVo,
think it's hard.
Greco, En Vogue, or Devo?
Come on, people watching, give us some tips in the comments.
I'm not even sure. I mean, for some reason, En Vogue is reaching out to me. I don't really know why, but just I feel like I've heard it
you
somewhere.
say En Vogue. Alvin already kind of backed out of it.
Oh, okay.
The correct answer is Devo.
Devo.
Oh, okay.
Devo. All right. This is Jen and Dina and maybe MJ. MJ probably knows these ones.
Yeah.
All right. This singer sang Bad Guy. Would that be Billie Eilish, Grimes, or Lorde?
Oh my God, I have no idea.
I would want to say Billie Eilish, but I have no idea. I have no idea.
Eilish should be my guess.
Billie Eilish. You guys would be correct.
Oh, yay!
You guys would be
Good
correct.
job.
That's kind of
Okay.
impressive.
Thanks, good try.
All right, here we go, Alvin, Alina. We've got from 1981, Jesse's Girl, a song about desiring forbidden fruit, was written and released by what musician who sang Jesse's Girl? Bruce Springsteen, Bruce Hornsby, Ricky Nelson, or Rick Springfield?
Ooh.
Oh no.
I
know that song. I don't know who
Jesse's
sings
Girl.
it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Jesse's Girl.
Yeah,
Yes.
is that Bruce Springsteen, Bruce Hornsby, Ricky Nelson, or Rick Springfield?
Someone says Springfield. They're saying Springfield. Go with Springfield.
Springfield.
It's Rick Springfield. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Jen's
Yeah, for sure.
cheating a little bit.
He even
Jen's
hosts.
cheating a little bit.
Sometimes.
All right, Jen, then this is just for you.
Oh, shit.
All right, this is what you get. And stay out. Well, it's not going to matter. She's going to cheat and look at the chat anyways. Our chat folks,
Right here.
our chat knows
here.
exactly what these are. All right, he's saying Old Town Road. Was that Lil Nas X, Jaden, or Mustard?
I have no idea. Comment, people. Help me.
Come on, comments.
Fans, help
You
me.
need to
I
cheat
don't
a
know
little.
what I'm doing.
Old Town Road, Lil Nas X, Jaden, or Mustard?
Little Nas X.
Little Nas.
All right.
Yay.
Bunch of
Yes.
cheaters.
Love you.
All right,
I
so
love you.
Alvin and Alina, if you haven't figured this out, look at the chat. Our chat knows the answers to these questions.
We're totally cheating.
That's the answer. All right,
Thanks,
so this
everybody.
Alvin and Alina, Laura Branigan released what would become her biggest hit single, which reached number 2 on the U.S. charts and number 1 on the European charts. What was the name of this particular high-energy song? Did she sing Gloria, Maria, Stephanie, or Julia?
It was in
even know.
Flashdance.
You guys, I have no idea.
It was in Flashdance.
Keep singing. Keep singing. Yeah, I was going to say Gloria, too, but I
Gloria?
don't know.
I think it's Gloria.
Yeah, it was
Gloria
in
looks
Gloria.
like Gloria.
That's
Yeah,
Gloria.
Gloria.
All
That
right,
one
good
we
job.
know.
Good job cheating, guys. You got this figured
Yes.
out. Go.
Thank you,
Go.
chat.
That's like, reach out to the chat. That's like the, you've got unlimited reach out to the chat on this. All right, here we go. Jen and Dina and MJ. He sang Stitches. Was this Justin Bieber, Charlie Puth, or Shawn Mendes? Stitches. And I can't sing these. I can't give you a hint on these.
I want to think Shawn Mendes or Charlie Puth, whatever his name is, but I don't know.
I'm just gonna go
Stitches.
Charlie Puth because I don't know.
No,
Is it
Bieber.
Shawn
That would be
Mendes?
Shawn Mendes.
Mendes.
Ah.
Look at that. Alina's
Is it
like,
bad
yeah.
that I don't know who
Yeah.
Shawn Mendes is?
Stitches.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
All right, maybe I have.
I should have looked at you, Alina.
Good job, gang. Good job.
I'm looking
All right,
at you,
here
Alina.
we go. Alvin and Alina. Although Spandau Ballet enjoyed broad success in their native UK, they became only a one-hit wonder in the US with a beautiful slow ballad. What was it? True, question, false, or answer? What did they sing?
Gosh, I don't know.
I don't know.
I have
Chat,
no
help us
idea
out.
either.
I know we love you, chat. We love everyone, fans.
So
Yeah,
it's either
chat,
true,
help us
True,
Question.
We're getting
true,
true. Thanks,
Oh,
Christine.
yeah.
Thanks, Laura.
true.
Yeah.
Mary.
That's
All
true.
right, true.
That's true. All right. So this is really lightning round with the chat tonight. This is how we're playing this game. All right.
Good job, chat.
All right, freaks. She rapped the song "Savage." Is that Saweetie, Megan Thee Stallion, or Nicki Minaj?
Wait. What's
I'll
the
just
song
say
name?
wow.
Nikki.
Savage.
Just 'cause
Nikki-
I only know
Nikki?
Nicki
She rapped
Minaj.
Savage.
Nikki or Megan? Who are we saying? Who are we saying in the chat, guys? Who are we thinking?
Saweetie, Megan Thee Stallion, sorry, and Nicki
Somebody
Minaj.
said Megan.
Like
Megan.
Alina's
We're getting
going.
Megan.
This
We're
Phil's
getting
trying to read
Yeah.
these names. It's freaking
Megan.
hilarious.
Megan.
It gets
Megan.
worse.
Lots of
here.
Megans, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Our final answer's Megan. Thank
Megan.
you.
All right, good
Everyone.
job. Good job, chat. You guys rock. All right, we'll do a couple more. Alvin, Alina. A group named Aha hit the top of the U.S. charts with their single "Take on Me." However, the success of this song probably was partially due to its unorthodox video. What was different about the video? Is it the first to feature a woman in skimpy attire? Is it fused animation with live action video? Was the band almost naked? Or was the video a photo tribute to the band whose member had died in a freak accident?
I think it's B.
I think it was the second
it's
one.
not- this isn't for you
No, it's
guys.
for-
Shut up, Jen.
It's for Alvin and Alina.
We can't even keep up with who's
Alvin
it is
and
anymore.
Alina.
Cat saying fused animation, so I'm just gonna have to go with
Yeah.
Me, take on me.
I know the song, I just don't know the
take
name.
on
Take on me.
We need
Yeah,
to
you
do
got it.
Oh,
Go,
karaoke.
MJ.
we got it.
Yes,
Storm
karaoke.
Front Freak karaoke.
All right, here we go. One for we're having fun here. Jen and Dina. She sang "Moo." Is that Doja Cat, Cash Doll, or Summer Walker?
Oh my god, I
I
haven't heard of
like the
any
name
of
Doja
them.
Cat. I like Doja Cat just because the name. But Alina, are you nodding yes?
No, I don't know that song. I don't. I really
I'm
don't.
good. It is Doja
Doja
Cat.
Cat.
It is Doja Cat, Jen. We'll
How have
give
I
you that
never
one.
even heard of these people?
I
We'll
haven't.
give you
I
that
just
one.
Too old.
All right,
guess.
here's the last one. Last one for Alina and Alvin. I don't even know. The chat's gonna win
They
this
win,
one.
they win.
Chat wins.
The
That
chat
wins.
people won.
All right, last one though. The final countdown. The final countdown. All right, so this was a song with few lyrics and lots of synthesizers. The song's topic, leaving Earth, possibly with aliens for Venus. Anyway, who is the geographically named group responsible for this song? Was it Boston, Saskatchewan, Asia, or Europe? I gotta
everyone
see
in
the
the chat.
band Saskatchewan.
Europe,
I
I'm gonna
gotta,
assume because the chat is going with Europe here.
Yeah, the chat is going with Europe.
yeah, that is Europe.
Yes.
It's not
That's
Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan.
You know what's funny is there is a band Asia and there is a band Boston.
Yeah, there is.
There
Oh.
probably is a band Saskatchewan
There probably
too.
is.
I don't know. All right, so last one for Jen and Dina and MJ. He sang
Okay.
Better. And Alina, here's where I'm going to mess this up. He sang Better. Was it DJ Khaled? Did I
You
get
said
that right?
right? Yeah, you got that
Okay.
right.
Khalid
Yep, that's right.
or the Weekend? The Weekend.
the
Week-
weekend.
Yeah, he doesn't spell it right,
Yeah,
but The Weekend.
yeah.
So it's either DJ Khaled, Khalid, or The Weekend. Who sang
What's
Better?
the song? What's the song?
Better. better. I can't sing it for you because I
don't know. Come on, guys. Chat, help us out.
Khalid, I don't know.
It is
Yeah.
Khalid. Khalid,
Yeah.
you got it.
Can't
All right,
be.
so chat, congratulations, chat. You won.
job, chat.
Yeah, great job on that game. That was a great chat game. So so anyway, so let's do this before we go to break. Alina, I'll start with you. Where can people follow you and find your content and all your upcoming cool stuff you're going to be doing as well?
So my handle on all of my social medias is the same. It's just Storm Chasin', no G, just Storm Chasin'. That's it.
That's like the weekend. It's like the weekend. like you're just skipping that extra vowel. That's cool.
Yep. On Twitter.
All right, Alvin, how about you? Where can people follow you and find your stuff?
You can follow me for all outdoor kind of weather updates over on X. That's kind of the place where I just post all the time when the weather, of course, when I need to. Of course, school now is now getting me a whole lot more busier now that I'm a sophomore. But of course, over on Fridays and of course Sundays and any other days if necessary, of course, I'm definitely going to be posting weather videos on there at Alvin Weather. So you can follow me over there. I also post a bit on Instagram as well, kind of the same outdoor weather reports. You can follow me on there as well, Weather with Alvin, but highly recommend you follow me on X though, Alvin Weather. That's kind of where I post everything.
I did already today, Alvin.
That's cool. So, Hannah, shout out to moms again. Thanks to Ann K, TV St. Louis, $10 super sticker. So we're supported by moms on this show. I think that's pretty much how we're able to fund ourselves and operate. So thanks to Mom. But we're going to take a quick break. But when we return, we've got some weather fools, and we're going to be going back to school with the freaks. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Don't miss Vintage Stormfront Freaks.
This one here, we do have a few dents in the new Suburban, but my truck, that hood's a trophy.
You might as well put 2 GoPros on there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's what it looks like.
So I'm like, I'm going to drive this thing into a tornado, and then they all start laughing.
Good. You'll be the only sober one by the end of the night.
Mesoscaleforecast.com brings us StormNet, a state-of-the-art deep learning model designed to revolutionize severe weather forecasting. The innovative tool is tailored to provide unparalleled real-time predictions of severe weather events, including probability of wind, hail, and tornadoes. And now they've added Hurricane Vision, a cutting-edge hurricane track and intensity prediction system that uses deep artificial intelligence to predict the track and future intensity of tropical cyclones. You've seen us use it on our Storm Front Freaks live outbreak coverage with meteorologist Storm Cat 5. Now you can use it as well. Visit Mesoscaleforecast.com and access live data subscriptions. Plus, when you enter the code Stormfront, you'll receive a 10% discount for life. Yes, for life. Go to Mesoscaleforecast.com.
Hi, this is Amarillo Escato. I am part of the Hurricane Hunters with the 53rd Weather Squadron. And I'm also a meteorologist at the National Weather Service, Houston Galveston office. And you are here for Storm Front Freaks.
Somber sky. Let's take a drive under the moon.
It is Weather Fool time, the most silliest part of the show ever, and I'm so excited. So we've got Weather Fools joined by a mini Weather Fool. I'm just kidding. She's a weather geek. Yes, she's amazing.
Hi, Nora. Hi, Nora.
She's awesome. But Weather Fools. So this is our segment where we showcase those people that probably are doing things that they shouldn't be doing, whether it's just, I don't know, surfing in flood water or just, I don't know, the weirdest, wackiest things. Sometimes we're weather fools ourselves, but we look at the dark web. Phil especially gets like the baddest ones he can find. And so we're going to look at them right now and just be like, should they have been doing what they were doing?
So who's going first?
Ooh, I don't know. Let's
You.
have.
I'll go
Dina.
first. Okay, I'm sorry, Dina.
Okay, MJ, you got my video. This is funny. So this guy, he's riding his bike. You could tell there's a storm starting, and he's riding, and then all of a sudden a tree comes down, and it just seemed like boom. Oh,
my
he just went right
God.
into it.
Just
Like,
keeps riding
I kind
into
of
the
felt like
tree.
you had enough time to stop.
Yes, for
You had
sure.
enough time to stop, but it, it's like you couldn't have planned it because you can't bring the tree down. But at the same time, like you kind of see it coming.
Yeah,
Right.
he must have been like
Unless we-
looking somewhere else.
I don't know, but I mean, I actually had a weather fool, like another one
Yes,
not too long ago, where a motorcycle went into a tree. Like you had plenty of time, just
Yeah.
hold off. So anyway, he did. I don't think he ever got hurt. So
And look at the guy that's walking with the umbrella. His umbrella is like reversed.
Yeah.
It's like blown. It's blown out. Like how is that? How much is that helping that dude?
Nothing. But anyway, I wouldn't make
That
fun
was
of
a good
anybody
one.
if they got hurt. But
Dina, that's a
All
great
right.
one.
all right, I think this is Phil's. Isn't
All
it?
right, so I'll jump in and Jen, I'm gonna say, see, everybody keeps confusing. Before you play that, MJ, pause that for a sec. Everybody keeps. I don't look at the dark web for like weather fool stuff. Like that's where we get. That's where we get some. Some of our other segments. Okay, I'll just say that.
this is true, this is
But
true, this
but
is
weather
true.
fools, you can find this stuff all over the place. This you don't need to go to the dark web for this. So, all right, this first
Yeah.
one is from Morgan, one of our listeners, and I just call it idiots, just plain idiots. It's your turnaround, don't drown situation. Where look at this semi truck that's turning the corner onto
Oh,
this
my
flooded
goodness.
street. You cannot see the road, folks, and I'm going to bring this up later too. But you have no idea what's underneath you.
Well, and
Might
you're
have been a
destroying
road
your-
yesterday. It might not be there today. You don't know.
And you're destroying your engine too. That's just not
Yeah.
good for
No.
your car for any reason. Even if you make it through, it just is not good.
Yeah.
Here's a good one for you, Alvin. When you do your next video, if you can't see the lines on the road, it's too deep.
There you go. All right. This next one
There
I
you
call Bounce House Flight 211.
Oh, this
And
one was
Oh,
good.
yeah.
I remember that.
It's like a family that's having their family reunion out front, and all of a sudden, like out of nowhere, apparently, right, this storm whips up and extreme winds, and next thing you know, this inflatable slide or bounce house or something just goes flying in the foreground.
I don't know what was in that.
That
Oh
was
my
crazy.
goodness.
See,
I want to
feel
know
like
how far that thing went. That's what I want to
Right?
know.
I feel like they should have been inside like 5-10 minutes earlier.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, like
Yeah.
this should not have been a surprise, right? That's
Yeah.
coming. They need someone like Alvin and Alina, like letting them know what's coming. Hey, there's folks, you're in an enhanced risk today, so just be weather aware, all that good stuff. All right, next one, I say, hey, it's
Oh.
strange what can happen when you can't see the road, and this is what we just talked about, right? When you can't see the road. You don't know what's going on, and this looks like it's
Yeah.
probably out in the country, and it's probably a dirt road or gravel road that probably got washed out because it's flooded, and some car must have thought it might be a good idea to try and get across. And
Yeah.
You
didn't
can't
make
fix
it.
those cars
Smart
after that. After that much water, you can't fix the cars.
Mm-mm.
he did not make it. All right, and the last one I call in need of windstormproducts.com.
Whoa! Wow.
So it
Oh
looks
my
like it was in
goodness.
someone's
Oh my
basement.
God.
They're filming in someone's basement, and they must have been in a flood, and the flood waters were, past the basement windows, and they were filming going, wow, look at the water up. And all of a sudden the window broke open and their
Wow.
basement completely flooded.
That's
crazy.
scary.
That's insane.
That's really, really
They didn't
scary.
get electrocuted or anything, like that.
Yeah.
That would need to go.
Well, and you don't know. I mean, who knows
Wow.
what it broke and glass and all that kind of stuff. It looked like one of the kids was barefoot
Yeah.
running around.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my God.
That's
Just
Think
insane.
about the
insane.
cleanup after that too. I just
I
don't even
know.
want to imagine that.
I
All right,
don't
well,
either.
That's insane.
Yeah, well, you can catch all of these. Go to stormfrontfruits.com, episode 217 show notes. And now we're moving on to more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we
Yep.
doing the video?
I don't know. MJ, we doing the video? Oh,
Ah,
we did for a second.
Maybe. All right. This is an education in a minute. So I'm not sure actually even who has a little educational minute. I know I do.
I do.
Okay. Jen, you go first.
I'll go first. Okay, so what we're going to talk about is lightning jump. So Alvin and Alina, have you researched, do you know about lightning jump?
I haven't
And
heard of lightning jump, but
so basically we'll just have a quick mini lesson. I don't have an actual video. I wanted to try and find one of a storm and lightning jump to show you, but what you can do is search lightning jump. And what a lightning jump is when you're watching the radar during a thunderstorm or a severe thunderstorm. I like to do it a lot when there's a tornado outbreak and when you see a significant jump of lightning over a very short period, like 5-10 minutes, that can be indicative of the updraft strengthening rapidly. And then it can be a precursor to a tornado about to form. And so there's a lot of research around it. And so that is something to keep in mind when you're looking at, monitoring severe weather of any type, whether it's a tornado outbreak or not, but the intensity of that storm is rapidly growing and intensifying. So that's my little tidbit for the day.
All right.
Interesting.
Alina or Alvin, did you have one that you wanted to share? If you don't, that's okay.
I mean, I didn't, but I mean, I could. I do have a little something, I guess.
So yeah, Alina, because
go for it.
here's the thing: we all learn stuff, right? I
Yeah.
learn stuff every week we do this show. What's something you've learned? Maybe it was even at the National Storm Chasers Summit that you could pass along to someone else that maybe didn't know before.
Well, I know that Central Florida is known a lot for getting thunderstorms pretty much every single day. And I always wondered why we get thunderstorms so often. So in my college meteorology class that I took last semester, they taught us that essentially when both sides of Florida, because we're a peninsula, so we have sea breezes coming in from both sides. And then when they meet in the middle, they rise, and then thunderstorms they disappear. Like, they're just there in Central Florida.
Yeah.
And I live in Central Florida, so they're here all the time.
You're right, hon. Very right. What about you, Alvin? You got anything to tell us?
Well, I think I've learned like a lot this summer, especially with the heat that we've been dealing with. So of course we have the heat dome, and here in St. Louis we're about to get a front that's about to cool us off. I believe sometime tomorrow afternoon we're gonna get a front. But the main story is this heat dome, which doesn't just impact us here, but it impacts so many states. And one thing I really noticed this year, is outside of that heat dome. That's where you have a lot of people call it the Ring of Fire. I also like calling it ridge runners as well.
Yep, you're right on both.
Yeah, and that's exactly where storms like to track through. But one thing I really realized, especially I believe last month or so in July, when we forecast ridge runners, those are really difficult to forecast, and forecast models have a really difficult time pinpointing exactly where they're gonna form. It really just depends on what side you are on of the heat dome. Is basically St. Louis in July. We were kind of right in the center of the heat dome, but right on the edge of the heat dome where storms like to track through is kind of where a lot of storm chasers were trying to bullseye. So I assume that there were some storm chasers that were trying to go one way, but then the storms accidentally went the other way. So basically one thing that does happen during the summer is while you do have like daily thunderstorms, just like Alina said, isolated in nature, sometimes during the summer you can have powerful thunderstorms that just go right on the edge of those uh, um, he- um, heat domes. And basically when they do that, damaging winds would be the main threat, isolated tornadoes in general. So one thing I really learned this summer is just how difficult it is to forecast. And I believe one really big thing that I've noticed is how the HRRR model doesn't do the best job during the summer. It does a little bit better during the winter is something that I've noticed, just based on how I've been doing my forecasts and seeing how things have verified. But that's one thing I've noticed, that the HRRR model kind of isn't as reliable. You can still use it during the summer, but maybe not as reliable. Yeah.
Excellent. Phil, were you going to talk about anything?
No, you guys got it covered. I'm not very smart, so I don't. My name there, Professor Phil, is a total
not
false,
true.
total lie.
That's not true.
I live a world of lies, so no, I don't.
I
Have
haven't.
so
All
what do you
right,
got, Dean? I know you've got a
all right.
visual experiment to show
So
us.
I'm going to talk about the Coriolis effect, and I brought my Lazy Susan.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ah, wow.
So the Coriolis effect, we've talked about this. This is like an apparent force of how the winds or a air mass or a storm will move to the right in the northern hemisphere and the left in the southern hemisphere. So I think you've probably heard of it, because I asked my sons who are seniors, and I think they've heard of it, but they didn't really know what it was. So Coriolis effect is, why do we get that curve? So say I'm sitting here and I want to throw you guys a baseball. So I want to throw you a baseball straight, but the earth is spinning. So as I do it, I got to get my hand in here.
You're doing great.
As my earth is spinning, I have to use my left hand. Sorry, it's in the way of my mic. It comes out. You've got a curve. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see.
Yes.
So the whole idea is that storms are not going to move straight, like say you throw a ball from, say, Texas to North Dakota. Sorry, I got to get my camera fixed. You throw a ball from Texas to North Dakota, it's going to have a curve. So we wanted to talk about, like, when you're looking at the globe too, like say you have a hurricane, and if you look at the equator, the distance around the equator is much farther than, like, say, one of the northern latitudes. And so because of that, when the earth spins, it's going to have a faster spin at the equator than it would at the northern latitude. So here's an example. Alina's on a round track. Let's just keep it round. And she's got to run around the track once. And Alvin's in the middle on a really tiny track, and he's got to run around the track once. But they have to meet at the same time. So Alvin's going to be able to actually run a lot slower to get around than Alina would. She's going to have to run faster because there's just a longer distance. So as storms go from, say, I'm trying to keep it level. I'm going to use my bunny.
You're so awesome, Tina.
It kind of looks like a cloud. My son made it for me. As it moves up to the northern latitudes, the bottom's going to have to turn faster than the top. And then that's why you got that spin in the northern hemisphere. And it's going to turn the opposite way in the southern hemisphere. And that's with a low pressure system. So it's all about, like, the speed and distance that things are moving, and the difference between the latitudes. So it's kind of weird, but just remember, like, if you're at the playground and you want to throw a ball to somebody who's on the merry-go-round, if you throw it straight at them, they're going to move off. You're not going to hit them. So Coriolis effect takes a lot into account. It takes into everything in account. It takes into account weather. It takes into account aviation, anything like that. So it's kind of a fun thing if you get into it. But
That's a great experiment, Dina.
Yeah.
That was well done.
Yeah.
That was good. And I'll tell you what, if you're throwing a ball from Texas to South Dakota, you're like Wonder Woman. You are Wonder Woman with an arm like that.
And Tina is Wonder Woman. She is Wonder Woman.
I do love Wonder Woman. So.
So
Anyway,
so that just about does it for this episode of Stormfront Freaks Live. So thanks for tuning in or watching, listening, however you take in our content. But do us a favor, if you like the show, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that follow button. It just certainly helps us be recognized by other people that like weather, like Alvin and Alina, and helps us be found. And that's ultimately, we're just trying to get out there to more people. So hopefully more people can learn more about weather and get interested and get involved. So thanks for helping us out with that. Also, thank you. We did a shout out to our parents, but thank you, Alvin and Alina. Thank you so much tonight for joining us. You were awesome. That was a lot of fun. So thanks for coming out. So freaks, let's let people know how they can find you as well. So Jen, where can people follow you?
The best places, you can watch me on Instagram or TikTok, Jennifer Weather, and X is at jwatson_WX.
Very good. Dina?
On all social media, I'm Lady Pilot 70.
Nice.
Wow, you got it all. All right, MJ, how about you?
Next at Mark Stormpod.
God, you're calling it X, huh? So you're
whatever.
You're Gen.
X,
you're
Twitter,
pushing
everybody
Gen Z.
knows what they are. Yeah.
Pushing Gen Z. So typically you can find me tweeting on Twitter at Stormfront Freak. That's usually what I'm using. But listen to this. So this goes to our Gen Z group. Anybody a fan of the Roblox video game?
Yeah.
You played Roblox before? So it's a sandbox kind of video game, lots of little games within it you can play. But there's a storm chasing game called Twisted that you can actually play. Okay, so you're familiar with it. So we're actually going to have the creators, Wilza and Searsm, on the show next episode. We're going to be talking to them about Twisted and how they created that and designed that. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're looking forward to it.
Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, that's live Thursday, September 12th, 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central. Normally we'll be on YouTube, and the audio podcast will be available that weekend on your favorite podcast player. So look for that. Those of you watching right now in our chat, hey, stick around for our after show party we're going to have here in a second. But I'm going to go ahead and signal the all clear. So for Alvin, Alina, Jen, MJ, and Dina, have a good night, everybody. We'll catch you next time.
Night.
Night, everyone.
Thank you for tuning in to the Stormfront Freaks podcast. You can watch our bi-weekly show live on youtube.com/StormfrontFreaks and download the audio version on your favorite podcast player. For links to our Patreon team of exclusive benefits, show notes, past shows, new videos, merchandise, and more, visit our website at stormfrontfreaks.com. While you're there, check out our interactive chaser radar from our friends at zoomradar.com. If you'd like to contact us with questions or make comments about the show, shoot us an email to questions@stormfrontfreaks.com or follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. Search for Stormfront Freaks. We'd love to hear from you. Join us next time and tell a friend about the Stormfront Freaks podcast.
Hey, congratulations, guys. Great show.
Yeah, that was fabulous.
Big shout out to Mario Cooper and to Crystal Cooper also helping us support the show. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Crystal.
My favorite.
We appreciate it.
Wonderful. Oh my God, this was so much fun. We need to have you on like every episode. The conversation was fantastic.
Yeah, it was.
It was so fun.
Did you have fun? Did you have a good time?
I did. I was
Alina,
so nervous.
Alina, you said you were kind of nervous, so I hope we eased you up a little bit and you realize it's just a bunch of goofy people having fun on a Thursday night.
Yeah, it's fun. We've got you.
Yeah.
You were awesome. You both
and you
were
look
awesome.
great. Your hair looks
Thank
great.
you.
Alvin, you
Thank
look
you.
great too. Love your shirt.
So, Alina, are you going to 2025 Storm Chaser Summit?
Yes, I
You
am.
are? Okay, good.
Nice.
Good.
Alvin, what about you?
Yeah, next year, I'm gonna be going for it in February. Me and my
Yay.
mom made that decision finally.
Oh,
That's
yay.
awesome. Cool.
So exciting.
Nice job.
Yeah, you'll have a
Love
good
it.
time. It's fun. It's cool. You'll get to actually see that a lot of people that you've been watching or that stream and all that, you just kind of realize they're a bunch of goofballs like the rest
They
of us, right? You know, it's funny. They always say, I always put the pants on one leg at a time. Everybody's just fun, storm-loving people. So, and they're probably gonna. I saw Alina. I mean, they're probably gonna do the same, Alvin, for you as well. Just like, Alvin, oh, I actually get to meet you. Alina, oh, I get to see you again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
You
Alvin,
inspire us all.
I still think you should start a club at school, and you can invite your local meteorologist to come. They're not going to turn you down. They might make you wait, but I bet you they'll show up too.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Do it. Go
Start
for
it and then put it on your college application. Started it.
Or you can do like it doesn't necessarily have to be associated with the school, but just like a local club, you know, at the community center or YMCA or wherever. And I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Because I think like my school is all about like sports, volleyball, stuff like that. I don't think they're never even focused on other things. So like weather is just so unique that I think the school doesn't realize how important it is. Because I see like a lot of students every day, and sometimes it really annoys me where they're like, "Oh, it's gonna rain today at 2 p.m." And the app on their phone is just completely inaccurate. So it's like it never rained at 2 p.m. I was able to get home from the bus. So, I mean, sometimes they have to stick to the regular meteorologist and they don't realize how special they are because they
Yeah.
save lives 24/7.
And aren't there local American like AMS chapters, like student chapters? I might be wrong about that. I'm gonna have to do some research, but I think there's some like at least join as a student, American Meteorological Society, or there's chapters. There's local.
I know there's state, yeah, like I know there's at least state chapters and stuff like that of the AMS, and I think they're pretty open, Jen, like you said, to invite, letting anybody, and it's not a cost thing. Like I know there's one in Ohio, and it's not, oh, I have to be a member or anything like that. It's just an opportunity to get together.
Yeah. And one of the coolest experiences I had as a student is you can apply to be a volunteer at the AMS annual meeting. And so I did that and I got accepted. And so you get to room with other meteorology students. And like I met some of the most amazing people that I'm still friends with today. And you get to meet, all the scientists from around the world, and it's paid for. So look into all of those kinds of opportunities because those are the things where you meet those people that can impact your life. So, yeah.
Thanks to Nancy Maturi. Nancy, thank you for the super sticker.
Nancy, that was nice.
Appreciate that.
And you guys, I'll say this again, like when you want to do something in your career, reach out to people. I mentioned this before in other settings, but it's one thing. People are really helpful. Like, and I joked about this on a different day. Like, it's not like you're hitting them up for money. You're just hitting them up for help or to like, can I come here? Can I see you? Can I do something? Could you give me advice? People are very good about that. So reach out. Don't ever feel like you can't. You can reach out to us. You can reach out to anybody. But like if you want, like Alina, if you want to go to the National Hurricane Center, reach out to somebody down there.
Oh,
They'll get back to you. I mean, it may not be fast.
Right.
But
that'd be cool.
Yeah. And you guys, you know what? Like, I know Dina's connected and so am I. So if there's somewhere you want to go, we can make that happen. I have a friend at the National Hurricane Center. So if you, I know. It was really random how we met too. But seriously, email me. Phil has my email. We can connect you because just like Dina said, when I was in school, I would message the local meteorologist and ask if I could job shadow them for a day. And you would always get an instant reply back, I swear, like that same day. Like, and they always said yes, like Dina said. And that was like, I loved internships. And you can do an internship while you're in high school. You don't have to wait until you're in college. Like, just go for it. And then you're going to be that much more ahead of the game than anybody else. So,
even the NHC, like everybody's got a Twitter account. You can message that Twitter account. Nowadays they have somebody doing specifically social. So reach out and just ask them.
Tell them you were on Stormfront Freaks, and I'm sure they won't hang up on you. They won't at least hang up on you. That's all I can promise.
No, it's true. But you both of you, like, you inspire me. I'm like, I remember when I was that young, like the excitement about it and us knowing your future and how ahead of the game you are already is just so
very ahead of the game.
Yeah, it's just so wonderful. So just keep doing what you're doing. You both are doing incredible. So
I'm pretty excited for the future.
You should be.
Good.
Yeah.
And you're
Great
already
for
very
both of you.
articulate, Alvin. I think you're perfect for like on-air stuff. You're very clear. You're very articulate. You don't trip over your words. You're very clear and concise. So I think you've got a very good for you. You both do.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, hey, we'll let you guys go because I know you got school tomorrow. God knows what time you have to get up for that. So we will let you get some rest. And you were both awesome. You were both awesome tonight. So it was a lot of fun. So thanks.
All
And
right,
chat
guys.
again,
Yep,
chat
good
again.
night.
Thanks for tuning in and
Thanks, chat.
watching as well. And
Thanks
for
for
winning
giving us
the
all the
lightning
answers.
round. Chat,
Yes.
lightning
Chat
round
wins.
goes to chat tonight.
Chat wins.
And Zara drew a tornado too.
Oh, good job.
Look at
Oh,
that.
nice,
Nice
Darcy.
job.
Storms.
That's
We had
awesome.
severe storms, so yeah.
Nice.
A little
All right.
scary.
Okay.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.
All right. Good night.
Night,
See ya.
everybody.
Bye, guys.